Yeah, hi there, Ross. This is Michael, and thank you for your email. You really got an interesting email here now. I have about 2,000 YouTube subscribers now. Some of you guys might have some information here that I don't have. So I'm going to read what Rasa says, and then I'm going to give him my own answer. Now, if anybody else is watching this video, if you have any information that you can shed in this area about the TOEFL, about pharmacists, about getting either 24 or 26 points in the speaking section. If anybody has any information here, please make a comment in the box below this video. All right? Anyway, Rasa, let's get to your question. You said, I have a question regarding the TOEFL test. Last Sunday, my friend, who is a pharmacist, told me that he passed the exam on his third attempt. On the first two attempts, he got 24 twice in the speaking section. According to his personal analysis of test grading, he thinks that in many cases a TOEFL grader does not give a 26 because most of the universities here in the U.S. require 24 out of 30 in the speaking. And the grader misinterprets the situation of a pharmacist who requires 26 to pass the speaking section and does not want to get admission into a college or university. And most of the time gives, therefore, 24 instead of 26, whether or not someone is qualifying to receive a 26 grading. So he advised me that I should always try to link at least one reason to something related to my pharmacy work or job in question 1 and 2, reasons or examples, to convey my message to a grader that I am a pharmacist and trying to get 26 instead of 24. What are your thoughts on the above mentioned scenario? Is there any reality in it? Did any of your pharmacy TOEFL students in the past complain of such a thing? Now, to answer your question, and I have had hundreds and hundreds of pharmacy students, they have complained of getting 24 and not 26. I have had that complaint. I have not had anyone who came up with your friend's theory who say that the IBT human raters for the speaking section are interested in scoring around 24. They don't want to go to 26 because it's higher, and most universities don't require that. Nobody has told me that. You're the first person to tell me this situation. So is there any reality in it? My own guess here, now if anybody watching the video wants to prove me wrong, you can certainly write your comments here. I'm okay with criticism. I don't think there's any reality in it, personally. Now, I think the difficulty is when you take a look at the speaking rubrics that the ETS uses. I mean, let's face it here. I mean, if you want to get, 26, I mean, you're almost at what I call the perfect area. You have to have both speakers agree. If there's two different IBT human raters listening to it, they have to agree that you have what's called, you speak very clearly with fluid expression of ideas, you have minor difficulties with pronunciation or intonation, and these minor problems do not affect your overall intelligibility. So I think once you get around 26 or 27, I think the question is, do you have major, or maybe that's not the question. The question is, to what extent do your pronunciation problems affect your intelligibility? So I think different IBT human raters, they may not agree on that particular idea. So does it affect your intelligibility or not? Because all people who are taking the TOEFL, all students, I mean, let's face it, Rasa and everybody else who's taking my course, you guys, are non-native speakers of English. So I think the question is, to what degree does your pronunciation affect your overall intelligibility of American English? That's really one of the delineating factors, I think, between scoring past 26 versus scoring below 26. But also you have to make sure that you do not bomb or do miserably well, miserably bad on one of your speaking tasks. For example, if you do 6 speaking tasks and let's say one of the independent ones, you have a brain freeze and you don't know what to say, that's just one. But let's say you do very well on all the other 5, you're probably still not going to make 26 because that one speaking task you didn't do so well on. So anyway, to answer your question, I have not had anybody complain of what you're saying about the TOEFL. At least not that they're scoring lower because most scores only score 24. I've not had that particular complaint. However, I have had many students complain about scoring 24, but they didn't give the theory that you gave me here. Alrighty, so anybody else? If anybody else has any information that you can shed, or if you can shed light on this particular idea or theory, Ross's theory, for example, you can make a comment below this video and let's see what other people say. Anyway, Rossa, thank you for your questions. The main thing here, if you want my honest opinion, what you have to do is you have to immerse yourself in the English language so much that speaking becomes very natural to you. And then your accent will become less and less, and you will sound more and more like a native speaker. At that point, you will get 26. I don't care what the reasons are, they will give you that score. And remember that I have had many students in my online course get 27, 28, even 29. I have had quite a few people get way, way above 26 on the speaking portion of the exam. All right, bye-bye.